Wait, I need to make sure that it's tap it real quick.
Tap.
No,
it
don't
in.
say tap. Oh. Okay.
Bing bong. This is my heartbeat when I see her.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. This is, what is this, episode like 8 of
something like that.
We've been doing this for a few months. Me and my boy George, we be talking every month. I think we got a relationship. You know, I see him. Say no. No,
we go way back.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but we talk every month
From
about maintaining our goals with each other. And so, why did you look at me like that when I said relationship, bro?
Because then you started looking at me like that. You gave me a weird look when you said that. I didn't know what you were implying.
No. No, we go way back.
Damn straight.
How was your week? I mean, your month, bro.
Well, to answer your first question, my week's been pretty good,
Okay.
very productive. And then same thing goes for my month. Very productive month. A lot of big things happen, and I'm very excited to get into what exactly happened. But I'd like to hear about your week and your month.
What's today, Wednesday? Okay.
No, today's Thursday, but I don't think the day really matters.
No, my weeks have been, it started off decent, and then it just gets better and better.
Okay. So, no, that's what you like to hear.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say started going downhill,
No.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
I'm just grateful that, definitely gaining more clarity on what I want to do and stuff like that. And I feel like I'm getting more opportunities now, or seeing more opportunities with the work that I put in the past. And as for my month, things just got like really good compared to what I've seen before. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's really great to hear that you're starting to recognize more opportunities. You want to further elaborate on that?
Yeah, like I noticed that one of my channels is really popping off, bro.
I noticed that too yesterday.
Yeah.
Bro, one of your videos got like 12,000 views.
Yeah, I know. And it's not like I'm doing that channel like, oh, I'm getting views, let me doing more. I actually really enjoyed that, making those content and like seeing it as a long-term thing. So, and I'm definitely developing more interest in content creation as a whole, and like gaining a stronger interest in that. So
yeah, because at the moment on that channel, what is it called, Benjay the Goat?
Yeah.
Goat. You're making compilations of other people's content, which is nothing wrong with that at all. But do you have plans on incorporating some of your own content so it's not more so like a compilation channel?
Yeah.
But like you're starting to reap the benefits of this traction that you're starting to gain on that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely. I can't say I have it figured out like 100%, but I'm definitely on the way to where I'm like, okay, God is really taking me somewhere, you know.
Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of people think they have to have it fully figured out before they take action. But what you and I recognize is that all you need is an idea, and then you may not have it fully conceptualized yet, but you just have to take one step forward and then another step, and then over time you'll start to have a better idea of what that thing is going to become.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, you also mentioned what other opportunities, so I'm gonna talk about I told you about the group, right? Exodus 90. For the one person watching this, right? Exodus 90 is
you never know.
Yeah, you never know. I joined this group because I've always felt like, hey, I need to put myself in front of people who have the same goals as me. And I'm really glad we have this relationship where we can like be real with each other and have talks like that. And so I was like, okay, I need to surround myself, because I can't always be like
around me. Yeah. You gotta find more like-minded people.
Yeah, like-minded people. And I'm glad to say that I found a group that really has helped me become a better person. And like recently I've been exploring my faith. So
dude, that's great.
Yeah.
I'd love to do the same thing as well, because I mean, I'm Christian myself. Ben and I are both Catholic, but I feel like I've been lacking spiritually, and I don't want to be one of those people that just praises God whenever things are going right. But I want to give more than rather than what I get back, because I feel like that people have it the other way around. They get and then they decide to give. But when you have the mindset that you give, eventually you'll get things back.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, spirituality is a really like important thing in general, even if it's not like I don't know, religion for many people. Sometimes people just meditation or
Yeah.
I don't know.
More on that group that you joined, Exodus 90. What are some of the benefits do you think you've gained from being a part of that group?
Definitely becoming more clear of like my values and why I wanna, like, let's say, why I'm not interested in. So let me mention like the disciplines that we do, which is like
Yeah.
cold showers,
Oh,
fasting.
man.
Yeah, fasting. No TV, no unnecessary internet use, no unnecessary texting, and doing all of that and like seeing the culmination of all of that day after day after day made me realize, yo, all this time I've been thinking that I don't have time, but like I'm able to find more focus in the things that I'm passionate about and like keep away from those distractions. Like,
Yeah, it clears your mind, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I've noticed that too from backing away from social media. I know eventually it's going to be important for me to incorporate social media into my daily life in order to market my brand for my real estate business. But as of right now, it's just been good to not have to open up Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube every single day and like mindlessly scroll through it. I think social media has high importance in our society, but most people use it in a non-beneficial way, when really the benefits that it can provide are far outweigh the downsides of it. But people just don't really reap the benefits as they should. Have you learned anything about like the backgrounds of these people that are in your group? Like, where do they come from, and what's their purpose?
They're all I'm the youngest person in the group, but luckily
Nice.
there is one person that's like near my age, so our
Okay.
age, yeah.
Which is like 30 years old.
No, he's actually 21, so it's not like
Oh, well, that's close.
yeah, exactly. So he's my accountability partner when it comes to the disciplines and faith and stuff like that. But as for the people who are there in that group, mostly church people, husbands, fathers, and so it's like interesting just learning from them and their years of wisdom, you know.
Yeah.
And they're very self-aware with like things that they have problems with, like anger, a tendency towards I don't know, cursing or something. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like they know, they're very self-aware in there, and so it's like inspiring to surround myself with people like that.
Right, exactly. Do you guys meet in person, or
Yeah,
is
in
it
person.
all online? Okay. And where did you find out about this group?
It's always been like at the end of a mass, like they just
And
announcements.
spoke about it?
Yeah.
But is this like a larger organization? Like it spans
Yeah, it's
further
national.
from this area? Okay. Yeah, that's really neat. I don't think I want to take that big of a step and join a group like that. I feel like I have to acclimate myself more to the religion before I do.
Oh yeah,
because
I had no idea what I was doing when I got into it, bro. I literally was like, oh yeah, I'm interested in hearing about it, and then next thing you know,
thank you, Jack. So it's about joining the Marines.
how's Toastmasters for you?
It's been great, man. I gave my second speech not too long ago, I believe last week, and it was the delivery of it was okay, but what I'm trying to work on is being able to speak without something in front of me, because I can't speak fluidly without saying or like stuttering in between, and I'd love to get outside of that habit and be more confident about just speaking from my heart and like through memorization, and you and I will be going to Toastmaster meeting tonight, and they'll probably have you participate in one of the table topics that they do. I'll be a general evaluator, which I've never done that role before, so it'll be a little bit of a challenge for me. But yeah, I'm excited for you to experience what it's like, and maybe you'll want to join a Toastmasters group in your area.
So you mentioned speaking without something in front of me, and that's something I've also been interested in learning. And one thing I've worked on, or one thing I want to know is, like, when you are preparing a speech, do you rehearse it like any certain amount of times before doing it?
I mean, before Toastmasters, when I was in the SGA, I'd always type up a speech, and I would never speak spontaneously. I'd always want to have something prepared, and I feel like that took a lot away from like the passion that I truly had in the words I was saying, because I was so focused in the words that I was less focused on hand movements, the tone of my voice, and those are far more important than the speech you can deliver. Like, you can fucking deliver a speech about colors, and if you speak with intense passion, like you say, man, I fucking love the color blue because of the sky, and it's the tone and the actions that you're producing with your body that really brings people in, rather than the words. That's why you see all of the world leaders, a lot of the things they say, they're pretty surface level, but the way they deliver it, that's what truly encapsulates people's attention.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah. And speaking is going to be a huge part of the career that I'm getting into, which is real estate. And that's something I was planning to talk about for this episode on the monthly conversation series, because I was fortunate enough to have passed my real estate licensing exam.
That's my son right there.
Yeah. First try. And let me tell you, like, it was harder than I knew it was going to be hard, but the amount of studying that I put into it, I probably did about 5 to 6 hours of studying every day for about a month. And even though I breezed through the national portion of the exam, the state portion, it had me stumped for some of the questions. So I can't imagine what the outcome would have been if I didn't study as much as I did. Yeah, but that's my thing about, I've never been much of a studier. I've never seen the point in studying for a math exam or putting in a lot of work for an English essay. It's really because real estate has become such a big passion of mine, and I was able to validate putting in all this time studying for it because I was able to recognize the benefits of doing so. And I think the same thing goes for you with what you're doing. Yeah. With YouTube and then all of the...
I didn't study worth shit during school, bro.
No, yeah, because, I mean, we're in the real world now.
Yeah.
How much of the stuff that you learn from school you apply in the real world every day?
Yeah. So it's interesting, like, I guess a transition. I don't want to be riding our dicks for too much. But, like, we definitely been putting hours and hours, way more than probably we've ever done in school.
Just comparing our previous habits and the way that we went about our lives, like, beforehand, it's far more different than where we are now, you know?
Tell me about, so you went to the interview for the real estate brokerage. What was the process there? What was that like?
Oh man, so there were 5 main things I was really looking for in a brokerage. And to quickly get into it, I was looking for leadership in the broker, and then in all the other agents that work at that brokerage. And then I was looking for top producing agents. So I want to be around other successful agents, because if there's agents that are being successful at that brokerage, then there has to be something that's going right there. And I don't want to go into the rest because I don't want to take up too much more time.
Okay.
But long story short, that brokerage had everything that I was looking for. I wasn't really looking for a brokerage that would be offering me more money in my pocket through commission splits, but that would be offering me more value through training and support. Because it doesn't matter how much your commission split's going to be. Like if you're keeping 100% of your commission, how much of that is going to matter if you're not doing any deals? Because, and even when a brokerage offers 100% commission, they're going to be getting their money through some other way. Usually through fees. They have like desk fees, and then they charge absurd amount of money on printing paper and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, as I was saying, the meeting like went on for about 2 hours, and the broker and I we really hit it off. And I've just been putting a lot of effort in trying to learn as much as I can right now, because I know I won't be doing any deals like right off the bat. It never works out that way. A lot of people are trying, but when they get into real estate, they try to earn money right away. But the way I look at it, when you're going into college, you go there for 4 years in order to get a degree, and you're spending that time learning. And, it's up for question whether you learn anything or not in order to get that degree. But a lot of people's arguments when someone starts a business or like what you're doing, starting a YouTube channel, they're like, where's the money? You're not making any money.
Yeah.
But the same could be said for getting a college degree. You're not making any money for those first 4 years. You're actually spending a considerable amount. And you're not making any money. But the way I look at it, when you're starting a business, whether that's real estate or YouTube, you're spending the first couple of months or years learning as much as you can. And once you've amassed that knowledge, you start applying that and actually start seeing benefits out of that. More rewards for the effort that you put in.
Hell yeah, bro. It's like a long-term mission or objective way of thinking of it, instead of thinking of like a short-term profit.
Right, exactly.
What are some ways that you've surpassed, improved?
What are some ways that I've improved?
Yeah, in terms of, I don't know, any goal you might have, maybe working out, maybe maybe the focus you have in studying. I don't know, anything.
Yeah, it's just the success that I've seen in these past couple of weeks have come through me improving my systems and getting better at it. Some of these systems I've had in place for weeks or months now, and I'm starting to see something come out of it. Like me writing a to-do list the night before on what things I want to get done the next day. There's a level of satisfaction that I receive out of checking off each thing on the list throughout the day, and I feel very satisfied completing the list. By the end of the day, like I'll have like a boost of motivation when I have one more thing to do. When I don't feel like doing it, I muster up the motivation in order to get that done before I call it quits for today.
Let me ask you, so a great person that I've seen on YouTube, and I watched some of their content, a webinar I went on that they hosted, they mentioned a really realistic way of setting goals that I wanted to bring onto here. And so I'm gonna bring an example, right? If say I wanted to, my goal for the end of this year is to become a content creator, and it's to become a content creator, whether that means gaining financially from it or doing it full time, let's say.
Okay.
So one of three things can happen. One, I've accomplished it and I'm reflecting. That's what most people think of when they set a goal. Two, I'm literally on the way there. I've created systems, I've strategically looked at it and developed a logical way of pursuing it, not like emotional, like, I gotta do this now! But I'm 80% of the way there, and I didn't hit my goal by a year, but I'm definitely on the way there. Or third, which takes off all the pressure, like something I didn't understand when I would set goals. Third, I can realize, hey, I'm doing this work, I've done everything, and I've realized that this isn't the goal for me. And so that puts all the pressure off for me personally to like go hard in it and be passionate about it and really pursue it without worrying about committing to something that I don't enjoy. And I do enjoy it, but in the past month, sometimes I question, like, not the past month, last year, I would question, do I really enjoy this? But I really do. I was just worried about setting a commitment like that.
Yeah, it was your fear of not achieving the outcome that you desire that made you question whether this was something that you really wanted to do. But when you separate the emotions behind attaining that outcome, that's what you mean by the third option, right? Is that you're not going to give up if the third option were to happen, but you take away your focus on that really and focus more on the actions that you can take in order to get there.
Yeah,
that's what you mean. Okay.
If it doesn't work out, I move on, and it's like that's what life would be about,
Well, yeah, you keep trying, right?
So I was gonna ask you, maybe not a goal in terms of the end of the year, but just any goal that you set for yourself.
My goal isn't going to be based. Damn.
Yo, what the?
What's so special about that chair? Yeah, but when it comes to my goals, I feel like the typical goal that a new real estate agent will make is like the amount of deals that they want to do by the end of the year, or the amount of commissions that they want to make. But my main goal is to stick with everything that I know needs to be done in order for me to become successful. And I don't have a set definition of what successful is. It's just like really a feeling that I'll have. Like, do I have that feeling of accomplishment of like the hard work that I put into something. Like I could do no deals at all at the end of the year, but if I felt like that I put in my best effort and that I'm on the right track, then that's enough for me to feel good with myself. So that's my goal.
I want to work on like the tangibility of my goal to like, I guess, being specific, because they say goals should be specific, right? And so, content creator, that's great.
That's pretty broad.
That's pretty broad.
Yeah.
I want to have a specific definition of what I would be able to accomplish by the end of the year. So I guess I'm just wondering how I can work that out.
Are you still trying to think of what your specific goal would be?
Yeah, like, work on being specific about it.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't really know what my opinion is on whether goals should be broad or specific. I think what's more important is that you, like you were saying, not to be too focused on the outcome, but more focused on the actions you can take. And I live by that every single day, because at the end of the day, anything can really happen. You know, no matter what you do, things can go left or right, you know. And what you can really control is the things that you do.
Yeah.
And there's no guarantee that you're gonna become successful from taking the necessary actions that'll get you there. But you have a higher chance of doing so by taking action rather than being content or complacent.
Now, I think it's a matter of learning along as you go, and understanding that hey, I'm gonna figure this out. I have trust in that.
Trust the process, man.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
trust.
Is there anything you wanted to end it off on?
I mean, I just want to be grateful for the position that we're at, you know. We're both lucky to have one another and to have known each other for so long, and I think that you play a huge part in my success.
Yeah.
And I hope that I've
You too, bro.
been able to help you get to where you are, and I'm just very excited to see where we're at, because I know either way, it'll take weeks, months, or years, but I know eventually that we'll get to that spot that we want to be in. We just have to be not too cognizant on the time, but more so on taking it one day at a time rather than being too concerned about the bigger picture. You know?
Yeah. How would I like to end it off?
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Well said.
Well, if you're watching this, thank you. Genuinely appreciate you. If you made it this
please
far.
watch more.
Definitely want to work on making it actually the content better, and then I don't want to say we're gonna post every day, but I'm gonna say that
Be more active.
when we do
Yeah.
post and when we are active, we're gonna hit you with that fire.
Quality over quantity, baby. You know what it is. Yeah, and I just think at the position that we're at, you and I are very busy with all the other obligations that we have. And there's this one saying that I've recently heard, and I find it to be very truthful, is that you have to do less but intensely. And what that means is choose a couple of things that you want to focus on and fucking work your ass off on being the best at what you do, rather than spreading your resources out thin. You know, when it comes to taking action on things, diversification can be beneficial in different areas, such as investing or whatnot.
Okay.
But when it comes to being skillful at something, you're not going to be a skillful archer if you're doing many other things.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do
you
less
can't-
intensely.
Focus is really important in what we're both trying to do. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, because that's a good way to end this off, is just naming a few things that we want to that we're gonna focus on.
I have a proposition though. At the end of every conversation, we should leave one last thing of value. So like we said, do less intensely. I think that's a cool segment to end things off.
Okay.
Do less intensely.
That'll
be
comma
intensely. Yep, damn straight. Well, yeah, I mean, great combo, man. There were a lot of interruptions in between, but other than that, even though the conversation could have been, it could have been better on my part, but you did a great job on that.
Thank you, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily that. It's the things that we did last month. that we should be proud of.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the beginning of this year, like, we started off on such a great note, and we just got to keep the momentum going. You know,
sure, bro.
I can't wait to see where we're gonna be at the end of the year.
With that being said, bro, that's fucking crazy.